It's time for the match game. Hollywood Squares, Hour, with from Too Close for Comfort, Lydia Cornell. From Hill Street Blues, Renee Enriquez. Leonard Fry. Charles Nelson Riley. From Falcon Crest, Abby Dalton. And the stars of the match game, Hollywood Squares Hour, Gene Rayburn and John Bowman.
Thank you. Thank you. Hello, hello, hello. All right, good.
Thank you, one and all. We are very grateful that you showed up here because we really couldn't have done it without you, nor could we have done it without you. Now, yesterday I tried to explain to you why this fellow looks so unkempt. Yes. Would you just move it forward a little bit, please, or lose 20 pounds before tomorrow's show, would you? Are you off your track? Thank you.
Oh, I'm always off my track.
You are. Yeah. As I gaze into this crystal ball, I see. Oh, I get it. Yeah. No, yesterday I tried to explain why Leonard looks so unkempt and he's disheveled. Yes.
Well, enough is enough.
Right.
Like an unmade
But he is trying to grow a beard, and I guess he will be successful because he did it once before for the play that he is doing. What's the name of the play again?
Under the Ilex.
Under the Ilex. Is it camera 4? Yes, there it is. I can't see a monitor, but is it okay? Thank you. But there is Leonard, and who's in the picture with you?
That is the First Lady of the American Theater that I have the thrill and good fortune to work with every night in this play, Julie Harris.
Oh, she's wonderful. Yes.
And it's directed by a fellow you know is funny and terrific and everything and is a brilliant director, Charles Nelson Riley.
Yeah, most people...
Just Abby saw Julie when you were a little girl. You saw Julie do Remember the Wedding. I saw Julie, and he saw Julie.
I saw Julie do Remember the Wedding.
He wrote to Julie 32 years ago, Leonard, and said, I want to be an actor. She wrote back to him, Leonard, if you want to be an actor, be one. And his picture, the picture that he got 32 years ago, is in the dressing room. And he is a wonderful actor, and he's just as wonderful as she is. And Timothy Helgeson helped write and put it together on our company, and you helped us with the Bell of Amherst, and so Miss Harris touched Abby's life, my life, and Leonard.
Right.
And so it's a family thing.
And as an investor...
And it's written by Clyde Talmadge.
Really?
From Boston, and that brings us to Cape Cod. Now you can make your cross out of the picture.
Don't tell me how to run this show, Charles. No, they're opening at the Long Wharf Theater.
Oh, yes, that.
Sometime this spring.
Yes.
And it's going to be a great theatrical event. Now, would you join me, thank you, stars, in greeting our two players here.
Can we go now?
What's that? You want to go now?
Is that it?
That's it, yeah. Now, let's say hello to Susan Stockwell and Nancy Moskowitz. Now, we want to find out a little bit about each of you. We're going to begin with Susan and find out a little bit about her.
Well, I'm a native Californian. I'm a real estate broker. I enjoy skiing and tennis and sometimes golf. It's not a game you always enjoy.
That's
and
true.
I always enjoy the Hollywood Squares. I can't talk, but I enjoy it.
How do you feel about the match game part of it?
No.
Oh, okay. Okay, Susan. Now, Nancy, let's hear about you.
Okay, I'm a part-time waitress until June when my husband will finally graduate from medical school.
You're putting your husband through medical school?
Partly. I'm a full-time mother and housewife. I have a beautiful son who is 3 years old named Jeffrey. And in my spare time, I enjoy cooking, dancing, and participating in all kinds of sports.
And what will your husband's specialty be?
He's doing an internship in internal medicine.
Internal medicine. All right. All right, good luck to both of you. We'll begin the match game now, and you'll have 3 chances to match as many stars as you can. The winner will go on to challenge our returning champion on Hollywood Squares for a chance to win up to $30,000. Now, here's the round one choice, A or B. Susan won the toss. You'll go first.
A, please.
All right, here it is. Wanda said, the good news is the local newspaper published a story about my sex life. The bad news is... The bad news is they put it in the blank section. Who wrote this? Does anybody know? We've got...
Take
It has
responsibility
wit, it
for
has
this.
spunk.
Clyde Talmadge.
All right. You ready down here? Yeah, okay. All right, Susan. Wanda said the good news is the local newspaper published a story about my sex life. The bad news is they put it in the blank section.
Help wanted.
Help wanted. Very funny. Very good, Susan. All is forgiven, Susan.
A beautiful girl with a sense of humor.
Yes. And you are a beautiful
Oh, and
woman.
unfortunately, I didn't say the same thing.
What
I
did you
said
say?
in the comics.
Comic section. That too is amusing.
Thank you.
So far we have 2 amusing answers, Charles.
And a correct one. Help
Help
wanted.
wanted. Bravo. All right, Lydia.
Okay. My first choice was obituary,
Obituary.
and the second one was sports.
Yeah, right. Obituary, eh? Reminds me of a joke. Well, never mind.
Oh, speak.
Yes, as the host of Hollywood Scares, I'm more than happy to match.
All right.
Help
that's
wanted.
2 for Susan. Hello, Renee.
I was going to put help wanted, but I put classified.
Classify.
It's very... Oh, hey, it got both.
It's the same. It's the
Buzz and
same.
a bell.
Classified is... They gave it to you. That is a mess.
Thank you.
Leonard, what did you put?
Sorry, once I dust the cobwebs from my sex life, I found the obituary.
Obituary. So, Susan
We think
does
alike.
very well with her first round question. Nancy, let's see how you do with yours. Sheriff Billy Bob said, here in Nashville, we really punish our criminals. Instead of putting them in jail, we make them listen to record albums by Blink. He likes that one. He's still laughing. Very good. Thank you.
It's not as good when you have to
One
explain
is
it.
personal.
I think they're...
I'm too intellectual for this show.
Yeah,
Not
yeah.
difficult.
All right.
Not a difficult thing to be.
All right. Ready up there, Lydia?
Oh, wait.
Here we go, Nancy. Sheriff Billy Bob said, here in Nashville, we really punish our criminals. Instead of putting them in jail, we make them listen to record albums by Blink.
Neil Sedaka.
Neil Sedaka.
Neil Sedaka.
Neil Sedaka. Billy Bob wouldn't like that, huh?
I don't.
You don't like Neil Sedaka?
Hold your head still, madam.
Neil Sedaka. She said she doesn't like Neil Sedaka.
I used to be Bowser in Shot on Eye. You'll never get away with this.
All right, what did you say?
I should have said Sha-na-na, shouldn't I? John, I'm only
Just hold still.
I would have.
I already have a mustache that I'm quite proud of. I put the Beatles. I was the only long-haired group I could think of. Hey, how quickly you turn on a person.
She thought-
I was your love yesterday.
Sheriff Billy Bob would, like only country and western music, and therefore the Beatles would be a punishment. I don't know. What do you say?
Lawrence Welk.
Lawrence Welk is excellent.
I was going to put Jim Neighbors, but he's in my new movie, so I love him so.
Yes,
But there's just so much of that you can hear.
that's right.
Really?
What did
Okay,
you
I
put?
don't want to get too deep here. I love Boy George. But in Nashville, if you analyze the question, they probably... Right?
Boy
Maybe?
George is a good answer. Right. I think it's
Nothing
okay.
One blonde to another.
Right. What have you got
We'll
there?
never get
for
judgment through medical school this way. I said Lawrence Welk.
us? All right. Now, what have you got for us, Renee?
Well, I thought of Dolly Parton, but
No, he'd like Dolly Parton,
yeah,
you see?
yeah,
And anybody in a southern jail would like Dolly Parton because
Yeah,
it'd
but
be
then I
mostly
went to the South, and I liked Shadow, so I said, Cougar.
Cougar. They might like Cougar.
Coogie.
Cougie.
But they wouldn't like Boy
They
George,
might like
would they?
Charles.
South of the
South.
South.
Yes, south of South. Okay, Renee.
Renee's
All right.
answer reminded me, at parties I sing the complete Abbey Lane songbook.
You don't.
I don't have much of a voice, but my eyes dance and my teeth sparkle. And I said, thank you, Gene.
All right, well. So there's round one, 3-0, Susan's favor. Round two coming up right after this. Here we go with round two. Susan, you're ahead. We'll ask you to go first.
Thank you. A, please.
All right. 3 people play. Leonard,
Leonard Dope.
Abby, and Lydia.
Okay.
Bert the bodybuilder said, I like to lift really heavy things. So instead of pumping iron, I pump my wife's blank. That's very good.
Thank you.
Lay it in there. Ready, Lydia?
Wait.
Changing your mind. I saw you when we were standing backstage. She's got a sash around her middle
never
there.
mind.
She put it on and off about 8 times. She cannot make up her mind. Stand up for a second, Lydia. Stand up. Let's see what all the problem was.
One of those dresses that...
All right, now what's wrong?
This was precious.
Well, take it off. Take it off. Yeah. That's better, isn't it? You don't need that sash. Yeah, leave it that way.
Leave it this way.
Nobody's going to notice that.
Actually, it's one of Abbey Lane.
With a figure like hers, who cares?
Yes.
Here we go, Susan. Bert the bodybuilder said, I like to lift really heavy things, so instead of pumping iron, I pump my wife's blank.
Well, this is a desperate answer. Pound cake. It's a real heavy cake.
Pound
She's
cake.
not a good cook. No. I agree.
I agree with you.
I do too.
All is not lost, Nancy. All right, here we go. She said pound cake, Abby.
That was a really dumb
You're having a good
answer.
time.
Yes, I am. I said, because this is usually the largest part of a woman.
Really?
Yes. Except her skin, of course.
Oh.
Which is the largest organ of the body. Her thighs.
Her thigh. All right. All right, that's good. What'd you say, Lydia?
Okay. Now don't laugh.
Don't laugh.
Lungs.
Lungs?
Pectorals, right?
You mean her pectorals?
Pectorals.
Oh, you meant her upper frontals.
Right.
Oh, I see. Oh.
No, don't
Of course.
As opposed to her gluteals.
Yes, right.
Right.
What have you got for us?
I got a lot, but the heaviest thing to lift would have been Neil Sedaka's pound cake.
What is that?
Derriere.
Derriere. All
That's
right.
heavy. That's heavy.
That's heavy.
Heavy man, heavy.
Did you think of that, Susan? We're too shy to say it?
No.
No. All right. Nancy, here's yours. Harry the hairdresser said. He said, Ann Miller came in yesterday.
Oh, no.
And let me tell you, her hair is so hard, I had to part it with a blank. Doesn't Ann Miller look like she's got hard hair?
Yeah, but she's wonderful.
Oh, she's terrific. She
It's
is
not
really...
hair, it's linoleum.
It's linoleum, yes. All right, Chuck.
Yo!
Now keep in mind that I'm Chuck when the other Chuck comes out. He's not Chuck because he's taller, younger, and more gorgeous. I was always Chuck to you, and yesterday and the day before it's Chuck, Chuck, Chuck to this other Chuck.
Charles and I can talk to that way each other because we go back a good many years. I've known him longer than I care to admit. Hello, Nancy.
Hi.
Harry the hairdresser said, Ann Miller came in yesterday, and let me tell you, her hair is so hard, I had to part it with a blank.
Knife.
Knife is her answer. Let's see if that comes up over here. Some say yes and some say no. What do you say, Abby?
I have a perfect score so far. Do you realize that?
Yes, you are the perfect person. I've said that for years.
Yes, I am. And I have a nice overbite. That's what you've always liked.
Oh, yes, I love her
Axe.
malocclusion. Axe is excellent.
Nothing
right.
personal, Annie.
What have you got?
I can't get over that the skin is the largest organ.
Yes, that's right. Largest organ in the body is the skin.
Thank you, Doctor and Nurse Simpkins. Hammer and chisel!
Hammer and chisel. Lydia?
Knife.
Knife. It is.
Yay, Lydia, baby.
All right, 1 for Nancy. 3-1 the score. John?
Why, the most logical answer, a rake.
A rake.
The most
John, you're
home-like
so
implement.
logical.
No cigar.
Yes, sir?
Well, we are in total agree.
You agree with John, yes. But now you don't agree with her.
No.
Right. Okay.
That's not the point, Renee.
Leonard.
Well, having been born on the farm in Brooklyn, I went with tractor. Howdy, neighbor, happy harvest. May your 40 acres soon be groves of clover.
All right, 3-1 the score at the end of round 2. The last round is coming up right after these messages for you. Now, here we go with the third and final round. Susan, you're still ahead.
B, please.
You want B this time? 2 A's and 1 B.
Yeah.
C minus and 1 D. All right. Ronald Reagan said. Does anybody do Reagan? No. I don't do him either.
Wrong week.
Yes. The reason I look so well preserved for my age is that every morning, Nancy dips me in a tub full of blank.
I spell it wrong again. I love you.
I love you too. All right.
Oh, I see. Okay.
That's
All right.
it.
You all righty?
Spelling doesn't count here. Don't worry about it.
Good. You know,
We'll figure it out somehow. Hello, Susan. Ronald Reagan said, the reason I look so well preserved for my age is that every morning Nancy dips me in a tub full of blank.
Is it formaldehyde?
Formaldehyde is what you want to say. That is indeed a preservative.
yes, it is.
A preservative.
Yes. I was thinking Grecian formula, actually. But I said formaldehyde.
You said formaldehyde. That's another one for her. All right.
Okay, it's either pickles, gin, or formaldehyde.
Formaldehyde.
Very good.
I
Oh, it's
don't-
me already?
It's you
Oh,
already.
and I'm so stupid.
Don't
I
worry
went.
about it.
I won't worry. I went a whole other way.
You did.
But it is true. It makes it all go away. Preparation aid. But it does work.
It does. It
Put
does.
it under here. You have no
It
lines.
does. I know somebody. Try it when you get home.
Don't knock it until you've tried it.
It's cheaper,
That's
too.
President Carter's.
So she picked up. She's already got 5. Now, Nancy, you need 4 to tie and 5 to win. Here we go. Everyone except Lydia.
Okay,
Please
let's
respond
go.
to this. Gloria said, that Swami must think he's a doctor. He tried to tell my fortune by looking into my blank. All right. Here we go, Nancy. Gloria said that Swami must think he's a doctor. He tried to tell my fortune by looking into my blank.
The only thing I can think of is mouth.
Mouth is good. I think that's a good one, don't you? She said mouth.
Oh,
Yes. You didn't think of that?
no, it never occurred to me.
What occurred to you?
Cleavage.
Cleavage.
Directly into my chest.
All right, now you've got to match the remaining ones to stay in the game.
I hope this is a match. Judges, please. Throat.
Yes, it is. All right, 5-2 the score. All right, got to match you, John, to stay in the game.
Throat.
All right, 5-3 to score. Renee.
Pescuezo.
Como?
Pescuezo.
Pescuezo. Ah, sí.
This question.
5-4 the score. Now, Leonard, do we have a tie or a win here? It's all on your shoulders. Are you in pain?
Swami, how I
Oh,
love
we got a tie. All right, we're going to go to the tiebreaker. We did one yesterday, Stars. You know how it goes. here is the tie-breaking question. Magazine blank. No help from anybody, please. Magazine blank. Now, here in front of you, are, but out of sight of the stars, are 4 good answers to that question. And your seats were chosen by lot. So, Nancy, you go first. Tell me by number only which of the answers you want for this magazine.
1, please.
You want number 1 is yours. And, Susan, which one do you want?
2, please.
You want number 2. Now, I'll go over and canvass the stars with verbal responses from them, and when you hear your answer, please let us know. What do you say, Abby? Magazine.
Story.
Story. Story does not exist over there. Charles?
Magazine. Magazine. Story. Magazine. Article.
Yes!
Article! All right, come on down, Nancy. Over there, if you would, please, on the little red mark. Susan had magazine cover, and we're going to send some gifts to you from the match game. Susan Stockwell, a pleasure to meet you. Bye.
Susan, I'm sorry.
All right, congratulations to you. We're going to switch to Hollywood Squares now. You'll have a go at that. Here comes the rest of our set. 3 stars will be out here in a moment or so. John and I will trade places. We've got lots more excitement coming along. Don't go away. We'll be right back.
And some of our departing contestants will receive Hamilton Beach's Time 12 Cup Automatic Drip Coffee Maker Peaches Brew Start 24-hour clock timer. Also, heats water for tea and soup from Hamilton Beach Goville. And now, it's time for more of The Match Game. Hollywood Squares, Hour with Phyllis Diller. From Automan, the real Chuck Wagner. From Three's Company, Richard Klein. And taking over the star of the Hollywood Square, John Bowman.
Chuck Bowman, will you? Okay, now if I don't up Chuck Bowman will be right back to play Hollywood Scares. Join us.
And now, John Bowman and the Hollywood Square.
All right. Despite her vicious insult of Neil Sedaka, Nancy Moskowitz survived the match game and moved on to Hollywood Squares. You played very well, and all is forgiven.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, you're very welcome. We also have 3 brand new celebrities: Phyllis Diller, Richard Klein, and Chuck Wagner. Richard.
John, talk to me.
Lots is new in your life.
A lot is happening in my life. My wife just gave birth to a baby girl, and I've done a pilot for CBS called His and Hers, and I'm very happy about career and fatherhood. Thank you.
What's your happiest thing about fatherhood in the 6 weeks so far?
When finally, at last, the little girl looks up to you and smiles for the first time.
Oh.
Knock me out.
Oh, thanks for that lovely smile, Nancy. Let's go play Hollywood Squares. Here we go. Hollywood Scares. Here's a woman who is hardly scared. Her name is Patty Finley. Her total so far, 13,625 smackers. And by now, I'll bet you are pretty relaxed.
Oh, no.
No, well.
No,
all
I'm very
bets are off.
excited, though.
Uh-huh. What is this, your 3rd day, I believe?
Yes.
Yeah, sounds familiar. Yesterday we didn't quite connect. I remember there was the where's the beef, roast beef controversy. And incidentally, the #1 answer, I said where's the beef, she said roast beef. And the #1 answer on the survey of our audience was ground beef, of all things. So, proving the old adage, which you are familiar with, Nancy Moskowitz, go no. We will play Hollywood Squares until you hear the time's up bell. Whoever is ahead at that point goes on to play Super Match. That is worth up to $30,000. You won 10 the other day. First game's worth $100, 25 for every square. Patty Finley, pick a star.
Charles, please.
Chuck 2.
Chuck 2.
Chuck, yo, you're a male gibbon. Do you have a Mrs. Gibbon? Or are you promiscuous and play the field?
How do you say gibbon in Spanish? Maybe you could. I play the field if I'm a gibbon. Any Chuck knows that.
Yo. Agree or disagree, Chuck 1?
Yo.
Yeah. Okay, Patty, he says the Gibbons play the field. Agree or disagree?
I agree.
You have a Mrs. Gibbon. Gibbons are monogamous. No Chucks know what they're talking about. You should have disagreed with both of them. And
What's a gibbon?
First square. A gibbon is an ape. Is a kind of ape. There are 4 kinds of apes. A gibbon is
I thought
one.
it was an author.
Nancy Moskowitz, pick a star.
I'll go with Chuck number 1.
Chuck 1. Chuck Wagner from Automan. In the latest edition of the official Boy Scout handbook, is there a chapter called How to Pick Up Girl Scouts? Or don't the Boy Scouts teach you about things like that?
How to pick it? Well, I never made it to Boy Scouts. I was in a military camp myself, and we just had to go across the lake to get to the other girls' camp. But I don't think there is a chapter on how to pick up, maybe how to deal with them, but not how to pick them up.
Agree or disagree, Nancy?
I agree.
The Boy Scouts don't teach you about things like that. You're right to agree, and you get another square. They don't teach you, and still their motto is be prepared. I don't understand. Patty Finley, your move.
Phyllis, please.
Okay. You were playing X. That is a rather unorthodox move that I think I've just gathered is a mistake. But it's too late. You can't take it back.
You might called on me.
Yes, you might have gone to Gene to block, but instead you picked Phyllis Diller. Phyllis, your husband always bugs you to go braless. It's not over. And
Oh, yes, it is.
where
He dresses with me.
your husband always bugs you to go braless and wear see-through tops.
You don't know my husband.
And it embarrasses you. According to Dr. Joyce Brothers, should you do it every now and then to please him? Or should you tell him to get professional help?
I tried going braless one time, and I pasted 2 chocolate chips to my chest. And it doesn't work. I'm going... Well, it didn't work for me. See, I have 2 backs.
Do you have an answer?
Wish I had an answer.
You should either do it every now
I
and then.
think she should do it every now and then.
Okay.
I don't know what Joyce Brothers will say, though.
Agree or disagree, Patty?
I disagree.
You were right to disagree. You should tell him to get professional help. Well done. You get that square, but let's see if that mistake cost you. We will find out after these messages. Return with us.
Stay tuned for more of the match game, Hollywood Squares Hour. Now back to John Bauman and the Hollywood Squares.
50 to 25. The last question was played by our champ. She made what is probably going to turn out to be a strategic error. Nancy, we will find out. Pick a star.
Gene, please.
Okay. Gene Rayburn, you neglected to say for a game win. What was the name of Sitting Bull's father? Jumping Bull or Roderick Manning?
Well, I think no, I don't think Sitting Bull's father was Roderick Manning. I believe he was a pure-blooded Indian, and his name was Jumping Bull.
What do you say, Nancy, for the game?
I agree.
Sitting Bull's father was named Jumping Bull. You were right to agree. You're jumping. You get the square and you win the game. So you can keep jumping. It doesn't bother me. Jumping, Nancy Moskowitz has gone out to the lead, 175 to 25. But we got plenty of time. Clear the board. Move on to the next game. It's worth $200. Patty, you start.
Charles, please.
Chuck what?
Glutton
Chuck
for
2.
punishment.
Chuck 2. What state extends farther west?
Oh.
Virginia or West Virginia?
I know all the answers on this show. I got it right and wrong every day. Virginia or West Virginia? I'll go with Virginia. Oh, she's cute.
He says Virginia extends farther west than West Virginia. Agree or disagree, Patty?
I agree.
Believe it or not, Virginia extends farther west than West Virginia. So you're right to agree, and you get the first square. And you got the musical question, why do they call it West Virginia? Good for you, Chuck 2. Good for you. Nancy Moskowitz.
Chuck number 1, please.
Chuck Wagner from Automan. Who lives longer, the average house cat or the average mouse?
They're in the same house. It's a foregone conclusion. But it's the house cat. House cat lives around 13, 14 years. A mouse, it lives about two or 3 years. So,
Agree or disagree, Nancy? He says the house cat lives longer.
I agree.
The house cat lives longer. You're right to agree, and you get the square. You have a challenger, Rayburn.
Yeah.
You have a challenger on statistics. 15 years for the average house cat, 2 for the average mouse. You're right on the nose. Attaboy. Auto Man, his brain is a computer. Patty Finley, your move, pick a star for an X.
Leonard, please.
Leonard Fry. President Richard Nixon once stood on the stage of the Grand Ole Opry and did something special. Did he play with a yo-yo? Or sing a duet with Dolly Parton?
Well, what he really did was he sang the complete Abbey Lane songbook.
That must have annoyed you no end. What do you
It was
say?
no competition. I would say that it was with the yo-yo, just even for, I think, Dolly Parton duet.
Agree.
Hi, Dolly. Hi, Richard. Let's sing some I songs.
Agree or disagree? He says that Richard Nixon sang a duet with Dolly Parton.
I agree.
Richard Nixon, on the stage of the Grand Ole Opry, played with a yo-yo. You should have disagreed with Leonard, and your opponent gets that square. He played with a yo-yo. H.R. Haldeman. No, a real yo-yo. We will find out what happens in a $200 game right after these messages. Don't miss it. 225 to 50. The challenger is in the lead, and it's her move. Nancy Moskowitz, pick a star for an O.
Lydia to win, please.
Okay, this could give you a big lead. Lydia Cornell from Too Close for Comfort. Tear stains have left your diary damp.
Oh, no.
Now, according to grandmother's household hints, Lydia, how can you dry the pages? Should you rub them with beeswax or bake the diary in the oven?
Okay, this is Grandma's hints or Mary
Yes,
Ellen?
grandmother's household hints.
Grandma.
Germaine.
Oh, give me a hint. I know you gotta win.
Rub them with beeswax or bake the diary
To
in the
dry
oven.
the tears. I would bake it in the oven.
Okay. Agree or disagree, Nancy, for the game?
I disagree.
You should bake it in the oven. You should have agreed with Lydia, and your opponent gets that square. You should bake your diary for 12 hours, but at a really low temperature.
That makes sense.
And just season and serve. Patty Finley, new life for you. Pick a star for an X.
Abby to win, please.
Okay, this would give you the game and the lead, so we got a real hot one
Oh,
going.
I'm so
Abby Dalton,
excited.
you're a butterfly.
I am.
Do you smell through your antennae, or do you have a tiny nose?
I do have a tiny nose, but I think butterflies smell through their antennae.
Agree or disagree, Patty, for the game?
I agree.
Butterfly smell with their antennae. Yes, you are right to agree. Get the square and win the game. Okay. So we've had a bit of a turnabout. The champ has taken the lead, but it's very, very close. $75 difference. Let's keep it moving. Take the X's and O's off of the board. Start a $300 game. Nancy, your move.
Charles, please.
Chuck 2.
I'm still upset about the tears on the diary, but I'll try to be.
Can a dog tell what sex you are just by sniffing around you? Or do male and female humans smell exactly the same to him?
Why do I always get these questions? I think that they all smell the same.
Okay, he says all male and female humans smell the same to a dog. Agree or disagree, Nancy?
I disagree.
A dog can tell what sex you are. You are a good player. Right to disagree, and you get the square. She's got 1 O. You're playing X. Make your
Well,
move.
if she wears Chanel perfume, it's a shoo-in.
Make your move,
please.
Patty. Gene Rayburn.
Yeah.
What came first, Gene? The first Playboy centerfold or the first pacemaker?
The first Playboy centerfold by a long shot. The Playboy was founded in 1954-55, and the pacemaker came long after that.
What do you say, Patty?
I agree.
The first pacemaker came a long time before. You should have disagreed with Gene, and your opponent gets that square. The first pacemaker came in 1930. All right, that's a big break for you.
Centerfold was?
Yes,
Amazing.
may have been primitive, but it was the first pacemaker. Nancy Moskowitz, your move.
Chuck to win, please.
All right, this would give you the game and the lead back. Chuck Wagner, your horse is overheated.
Oh, it's been a long ride. Ooh.
Should you let him drink as much water as he wants, or should you only let him take a few swallows at a time?
Horses are much more intelligent than some people give them credit for. Your horse will know how much water to take. Let him drink as much as he wants.
Okay.
That's a Chuck. When I hear another Chuck talk like that, wow, I am so deeply moved, John.
Shut up, Chuck. Nancy, your move. Agree or disagree? Chuck Wagner says you should let your horse drink as much water as he wants.
I agree.
You should let him take only a few swallows at a time. You should have disagreed with Chuck, and the game could hinge on that.
What can I say?
Your opponent gets that square and blocks you with an X. Patty Finley, you are playing X. Pick a star.
Leonard, please.
Leonard Fry.
Quickly, I have to go home putting my diary in the oven.
According to Heloise, Leonard, getting rid of dirty spots on your wallpaper is easy if you rub the wall with this. Should you use stale chunks of bread?
Again with the stale bread. This was yesterday on the stomach. Go ahead.
Or your nose?
Of course, it's my nose. Always my nose. No, the nose would give another grease stain, and in my case, a large grease stain, particularly if I had rubbed it with pepper H&H. So
stale
I
chunks?
feel that the stale chunk, which will absorb the grease, and you rub it, then I'll go with your stale chunks of Wonder Bread.
Okay, he says rub the wall with stale chunks of bread to get rid of dirty spots. What do you say, Patty?
I agree.
Stale bread is the right answer. You're right to agree, and you get the square. Oh, the bell means that time is up. Patty Finley, once again, $350. You're the champ. Good for you. A seasoned champ knows where to go. She's zipping over there to bake her diary in the oven with Gene Rayburn. Nancy. Well, you and I both know what the pivot point in that game was. It was really that question right up there with Chuck Wagner. No, it's up to her. Nothing to be sorry about. It's up to her to agree or disagree. And, yeah, and that made the difference in the game. But it's always one question. You're an excellent player. Nancy Moskowitz, $275. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Gene?
Okay, John, here we are with the champ. This is our third day. We congratulate her. We'll be back with her in the 9 stars for a go at the big dough right after this.
And now, here to play the super match is Gene Rayburn.
Okay, sir, thank you. Here we go. Ready, Patty?
I'm ready.
Well, she knows the routine. She knows that she can win up to $30,000 here. Let's get right to it. Here we go with the super match. We polled an audience not too long ago and said, write down your best answer to this. Blank Vine. Remember, for giving us the most popular answer, it's $1,000 and $500 for the next one, $250 for the third. Whom do you call on for a little assist?
Richard?
We're very close to Hollywood and Vine.
Hollywood and Vine is one response.
Abby?
Grape. Grapevine.
Grapevine. All right.
Chuck? 1.
Clinging vine.
Clinging Vine.
No, Chuck.
So you have Clinging Vine, Grapevine, Hollywood and Vine. Those are the 3 they've given you.
And Andy Devine.
And and now you have to choose one of those or give us one of your own.
Grape.
You want the Grapevine. All right, we'll find out if it's up there. Patty, let's find out if it's under the $250 response. Clinging Vine. All right, there's Chuck's answer. She's looking for Grapevine. Let's take a look at the $500 response. Hollywood and. All right, Richard, there's your answer.
Terrific.
Okay, is it up there, audience?
Yep, it's great. Great.
They say it is. All right, slide it, Steve. Yeah! Very good picking. There you go. You got your 1,000. Now, remember, it's the head-to-head match with any star of your choosing. And after you've made your decision, that star will reveal the hidden number. It'll be a 10, a 20, or a 30. 130 up there. And we'll multiply the $1,000 by whatever number is revealed. Okay, Patty, time to choose a star.
Abby, please.
Oh, dear.
Oh,
Abby. Abby, you had it yesterday, didn't you? Who had it yesterday?
Renee.
Oh, Renee had it yesterday.
I had it Monday.
You had it Monday. All right, let's see if you've got it today.
Do I pull it?
Yep. 10,000 is what you were playing for.
Oh, hey, that's great.
All right. Good luck to you. Another 10,000 to put you well over 20,000 in the mid-20s. Here we go.
Gotta do this.
Dudley Blank. D-U-D-L-E-Y blank. All right, Patty, she made up her mind very quickly. Now we need a response from you to collect the $10,000. What do you say to match her?
Moore.
Dudley Moore. Well, the audience thinks you're right. Do you think you're right?
I think I'm right.
The question is, Abby, is she right?
He's
Does
a
she
piano
match you?
player, isn't he?
He's a piano player, right.
Rather statuesque.
Right.
Diminutive.
Right. Made his debut on Broadway.
I think it's the same one.
Dudley Moore. Very good. Well, you got a bundle now. You got $24,975. Congratulations to you. We'll be back with our champ and the stars right after this. Now we want to know which of the stars had the big number. There's only one up there. Would you all grab the tabs and give it a yank? Ready, set, go. Leonard Fry. Trio. Thank you, stars. We'll look forward to seeing you tomorrow. And Patty will see you tomorrow. Gene Rayburn inviting you to join us tomorrow.
John Bowman saying so long for the Match Game Hollywood Squares hour. See you then.
A member of our studio audience will receive Montgomery Ward's 25-inch color console TV. Features random access, 125-channel remote system, LED channel readout, light sensor, and automatic color system, furnished by Montgomery Ward. This is Gene Wood speaking for the Match Game Hollywood Squares Hour. A Mark Goodson television production.